Welcome back to a special episode of Psycosmos. Today we're going to give a brief story, real-time story about...
You're going to give a story.
I'm going to give a story.
I'm going to listen and I'm going to react.
There you go. I kind of told Rich a little bit about this story, but I'm going to tell him the full story. So,
you did?
Nani? So...
Hontoni?
Hontoni?
You can call me Joker.
I actually met the governor of Connecticut about last week.
What's his name?
Ned Lamont.
Ned Lamont.
Ned Lamont. He's a Democratic governor of Connecticut, and he was just recently elected into office, I believe, last year.
Was he elected or re-elected?
He was elected.
Okay.
So there
First
was...
term.
First term, yes.
Could you name one other candidate?
Yeah, Bob Stefanowski. He was a Republican.
One other candidate
No,
besides him?
No. There were like three others. There were three others, yeah. They were all like independent or minor, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that's how it kind of works these days, isn't it? Yeah.
So, Mr. Lamont.
Yes. So, Mr. Lamont. So, I had the wonderful opportunity of going to a municipal state conference in Connecticut where basically a bunch of working class business entrepreneurs and business-centered folks get to meet, and we get to discuss ways in which we can improve technology and different aspects of the state.
And make more money.
I'm going to be quite honest. It was way over expensive, and nothing really came out of it. I don't really feel like a lot of people took too much away from it. I talked with a lot of people there. I'm a pretty social butterfly when it comes to these types of events. I enjoy them quite a bit, and I've been to a number of them in my career. And I will say I found it very interesting that there weren't a lot of people who were more enthusiastic about trying to help the state. It seems as though there's a lot of negativity when it comes to that aspect. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about... We're here to talk about Ned Lamont. So basically, Ned Lamont was there. He was the governor. He gave a speech in the beginning. It was kind of like a keynote opener speech. For the entire event, and basically he was just going off about how great the state is doing under his rule and his reign.
But he just started.
Yeah, under his reign, and how wonderful his politician friends are, and yada yada. It's the typical type of political mumbo jumbo that
I hang around with the best people on the planet, and everybody that doesn't hang out with me is a jerk and a poopy head.
That's pretty much what he was getting at, and he was saying how great the state was and the great strides that we're making, and blah 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 blah. I'm not the type of person that picks on Gen X or baby boomer type generations. I will point out things about those generations, but I don't like to pick on them. Now, millennials, I feel as though we can pick on ourselves, but I'm not gonna do that here.
There's a lot to work with.
Yes, that's true. I was one of the very few young people that were there. Most people, I would say, were probably in the Gen X range. There were actually less baby boomer generation people than I thought that there would be, and most of the Gen X people, I swear to God, they were just sitting on their phones the whole time. They weren't listening to anything. They were scrolling on their phones, and it's like you pay $600 some odd to go to one of these events. Well, if you're a vendor, I don't know what it costs to just get into the event as an attendee, but it was crazy. I kind of looked at it and I was like, this is no, come on, guys. Like you're paying money to be here. Like let's.
So are these people paying out of pocket to be there, or is this
no?
Like a company,
It's company expenses.
So the company's paying for you to
go there and sit on your phone. Yes, exactly. It's like it's very clear that a lot of these people really just don't care. They're not motivated. They go in, they clock in, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. They clock out 4 or 5 p.m. and that's all they do. They don't really care about their jobs. They don't really care about improving efficiency or productivity. They just care about stagnation and oscillation, and that's basically what our current government system is anyway. Not trying to attack anybody, but just
God forbid.
Yeah, right. Yeah, God forbid we challenge an archaic system. Okay, so here's the story. Mr. Lamont, the governor, he gave his little speech. It was very cute, and then he got off the stage and he just...
Was he cute?
He was very nicely dressed. I will give him that.
Okay, but what about the face?
I mean, he was an older gentleman. Not something I'm specifically attracted to.
I'm just asking to be objective.
To be objective, I wouldn't say he was cute. I would say that
1 out of 10.
I would. Oh my God, you're making me. All right.
Yes, I'm making you rate the attractiveness of the governor of Connecticut.
I don't know, like important. A 7, I guess. Like
that's not too bad.
I mean, he was kind of short. I would say he was shorter than me, and I'm like 5'10", which I'm not short, but I'm not tall. I'm above average. But yeah, I mean, he was shorter than me. He was short, But I guess that kind of comes into play with his ego and his insecurities, and I'll tell you why. So this man got off of the stage. Everybody kind of... It was one of those types of claps where it was just like... like nobody was really into it.
You did your job.
Exactly, if you could say that. And so he got off the stage, and he kind of went into a corner with some of his big buff bodyguards. Basically, there were a couple people that kind of lined up. They wanted to talk with him. They wanted to ask him questions. They wanted to get pictures with him, specifically. There were only about 4 people, and basically the 3... And so Mr. Lamont was taking photos with these people, and the 4th person in line was my current boss. So my boss went up there, I went up there with him to take the picture for him. Now Mr. Lamont ended up taking the 3 photos, which by the way, all of this happened within 30 seconds of each other, because it doesn't take that long to take a photo. My boss got up to him, shook his hand, introduced himself, and Mr. Lamont, surprisingly, in a very malicious kind of characteristic style way, shook his hand and then said, "You lose," pointed in his face, laughed at him, and walked away.
You lose! Good day, sir!
I was stunned by this.
What did he lose?
Yeah, he lost because he didn't get a picture with him. And apparently that...
What was there a time limit that he had to break?
Yeah, he said, I have to go. And my boss said, "Could I get a picture?" and pulled out his phone. He said, "You lose," and laughed and walked away.
Did he think that that was funny?
Yeah, he did, because that's why he laughed and walked away. But again, this is where his... so if I may give a recommendation to Mr. Lamont, I understand. You're a very busy man. And actually to any politician, we get it. You're very, very busy. But here's the thing. If you want people to have a good opinion of you, you probably shouldn't do things like that. A simple, I apologize, I have to go, or a simple, you know, oh, hey, a picture takes 10 seconds to take. That's a different story. Like, the common person is going to understand that you're busy. To say you lose and point in someone's face and laugh...
Why would you do that?
That just kind of shows your character and the type of person that you are. And I actually have told people who voted for Ned Lamont this, and you're not going to get a revote from those people. I'm just letting you know. So I want to make this information public.
We got your number.
Well...
Not literally.
I mean, we could probably call the office, the state office, if we really wanted to, you know, and talk to them, I guess. But I don't think they would care.
I just love that was the route he took. He was like, what can I talk about? Victory and loss.
Yeah.
And how this guy is lost and I have won.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take a picture with him.
Yeah, I mean, like, what did he even really win?
That's just bad publicity.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, you're the loser, because now I'm sitting here making a video. I'm not even trying to attack you. I'm not trying to say anything maliciously negative about you. I'm just stating the facts. You did this, and a lot of politicians do this. And, you know, here's the thing about ego. Whether you're spiritual or not, ego is the destructive force that drives yourself. So if you're going to get so encompassed in your ego that you think that it's a loss for somebody to not get a picture with you, I mean, imagine if a celebrity did that.
And to laugh at them.
Yeah, and to laugh at them.
Point in their face.
So Ned Lamont, I'm quite disappointed. You might think, well, it doesn't really matter because I'm just some young kid and I don't really matter. But I'm making a video about you, and I'm going to come public with this information, and other people are going to see this. Hopefully people from the state of Connecticut, and they'll be able to make their own determinations and decisions. By the way, another thing, my road is completely screwed up because of all these stupid road, I don't even know, laws that you've put into place to fix the road. Dude, it shouldn't take like 2 months to fix a freaking road, okay? You owe me money. A
section of a road.
Yeah, a section of a road, mind you. And you've closed off 2 specific roads that are, like, they're the end point to get to my freaking house. So, yeah, you probably owe me money for the shocks on my car. But at the end of the day, man, you're really not doing a good job. And I think that insecurity is kind of what drove your ego to point in my boss's face and laugh at him and say you lose.
And talk about how awesome you're doing, you know, like a hot minute into your term.
Yeah, exactly.
Golden rule, and I guess I'll PC it for the sake of it. Debage.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, don't be a jerk.
It's a really great golden rule.
Do unto others as you want done unto you.
Like
and you have done unto you now, so...
He literally had the opportunity to just be like, oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I don't have time for this picture right now. Some other time, I've got some things I have to do.
Yeah.
And
hopefully our paths cross again, you know?
Yeah. Every normal person would be like, oh, well, you're the governor of a state. That makes sense. Thank you for your time. Mm-hmm. No one's going to be upset with you.
Right.
But you just got to be like, yeah, you know what, though? I could be a jerk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That ego is going to be what destroys you and every other politician in this country and every other politician around the world. So final concluding point, don't play into your ego because it often shows your character when you're an egotistical maniac like that.
And remember, debage.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
That's right. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment as well. Let us know what you think of Mr. Ned Lamont. I'm very curious. And also, make sure to check out all of our social media. We have Instagram, that's our most popular. But you can also add us on Snapchat, Facebook, Patreon. You can check out our Patreon and also check out our Twitter.
Now, Twitter.
Yeah.
What is that?
What?